Hi, I'm John Witt, and today I'm going to share the number one thing you can do to rise above all of your holiday challenges. Actually, any challenge that you run into. And what I have here, I brought a little prop, right? So this is a challenge. This is a Rubik's Cube. This is actually created or came out in the market in 1974. I was a freshman in high school when this came out. I'm kind of dating myself. And as a challenge, it starts out in this pristine condition where everything's the same color on every side, and then you swirl it around, it turns all kinds of different directions, and you make a mess of it, and then your goal is to put it back together and get back to this pristine condition. And there'd be games and races and everything else. And this is the most diabolical game that I ever ran into. It's a challenge, right? I tried this. I suck at this. This was 2 hours of less than success. Not just one day, but several days. And so eventually what I did is I went, done, I'm done. I didn't want to do it. I finished with it because this challenge, I could choose to not participate because there's no consequence, no real consequence to failing at this particular challenge. But when it comes to Christmas, I'm challenged. There's a lot of extra activity that has to happen. We've got parties and gifts and decorations and lights and the tree and presents, and it just goes on and on and on. And then we have baking, and then we have family, and da-da-da-da, and I have to squeeze all that stuff into my business. And my business keeps me busy all by itself. And so some challenges you are of your own choosing. Like, I want to get better, I want to grow, I want to and some challenges are just come on you, like Christmas comes on. You don't get to choose whether this challenge comes along. And regardless, whenever you have a challenge, you have two choices to respond, right? You can take the victor model, and the victor model is where you rise above and you take action and you're motivated and you hit it with energy and passion and you do whatever it takes to overcome that particular challenge. Or you can take the victim role. Now, the victim runs away from the challenge. The victim runs away and hides from the challenge. You know, they blame other people. They make excuses. They deny that they were supposed to do, you know, they run away. They're not interested in it. And at the end of the day, the victim never gets anything accomplished. Now, if you ever find yourself in the victim mold, we've all been there at some point. Don't get me wrong. We've all been there. Why? Because we learned it when we were kids. We learned it when we were kids. We might have seen it from our parents. We saw it from other friends. We found that it worked. It allowed to get us what we wanted, and it worked. But it's never going to work in the long run. It's never going to work to overcome the big challenges and the goals and the dreams that you have. So successful people always adopt the victor mindset. Always. It is essential to success. So what is it? What's the one thing? We'll go back to the title of the video. What's the one thing you can do to always put yourself in the victor mindset? And there's one saying, and it's love never fails. Love, that's it. I know, it sounds kind of hokey, but it's true. The Apostle Paul wrote about it in the letter to the Corinthians over 2,000 years ago. Love never fails. Never fails. Son of a gun, it never fails. This is what Jesus brought to the world, and we're celebrating his birth at Christmas, so it kind of feels appropriate to talk about it. But love never fails. When you come at a problem or a challenge from a place of love, of loving others, from something bigger than yourself, it's not about you, it's not selfish, it's about loving others and what you can do for them. And that's what Christmas is all about. Christmas is all about loving others and helping others and showing how much we care. And when you come at those challenges from a place of love, you will always come up with solutions because it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. You can discount yourself. You will discount yourself. We all do it, but it's bigger than you. And when you come at it from a place of love, you will always adopt the victor mindset. Love and the best of intentions for everybody else. It's not about you. It's not the selfish mindset. So as a recap, we talked about the one thing that you can do to overcome all of your holiday challenges. We talked about challenges like the Rubik's Cube that frustrates the crap out of me, and you don't have to deal with this challenge. You can chuck it because there's no consequence. But then sometimes there are consequences, and you have to choose to deal with it and how you're going to deal with it. And the two choices are the victor or the victim. The victor that rises up and overcomes energy, passion, motivation, the challenge, and the victim that runs away from that particular challenge. And then we talked about the one thing that's most important, and that's love. And love never fails, ever, never fails. If you come at any problem, any issue, any challenge from a position of love, you'll always adopt the victor mindset, and you'll always come up with solutions. So, one question for you. What's one thing you can do this week to shift from a victim a victim mindset to a victor role and come from a place of love. I would love to hear what you come up with. If you would just leave a comment or DM me, I'll respond and we can have a conversation. And the last thing I want to say is Merry Christmas to everyone. Bye, guys.